Oh, you see him across the room. Maybe he's holding court, telling loud stories, name-dropping, making grand gestures. He seems utterly sure of himself. Is that confidence? Is that what's attractive? Hold on. Now picture another guy. He's engaged in conversation, listening intently, speaks calmly but clearly about things he knows, comfortable in silence, maybe makes a witty, self-aware joke. He also seems sure of himself, but differently. One of these guys is demonstrating authentic confidence, a magnetic quality. The other? Likely just cockiness, a brittle facade masking deep insecurity. Mistaking one for the other is a fundamental, often disastrous, error in dating. One draws people in, the other pushes them away. Let's dissect this crucial difference right now and figure out how to cultivate the right kind, the kind that genuinely wins hearts. Okay, let's establish baseline. Genuine confidence is undeniably attractive. Why? Because it signals a whole host of positive things. Competence. This person seems capable. Security. They seem stable and reliable. Self-awareness. They likely know themselves well. When someone carries themselves with quiet self-assuredness, it makes others feel more comfortable and secure in their presence. There's no neediness, no desperate grab for attention. It's calming, it's reassuring, it's, well, attractive. Now, let's define the imposter. Cockiness, arrogance, bravado. Whatever you call it, it's confidence's obnoxious cousin. What does it look like? It's loud. It constantly needs to boast about achievements, possessions, conquests. It often involves putting others down to feel bigger. It interrupts, dominates conversations, rarely listens. It dismisses differing opinions. It never admits fault or apologizes sincerely. It's performative, a constant show designed to convince everyone, including themselves, how amazing they are. It craves external validation like a vampire craves blood. Think excessive flexing, constant one-upmanship, and an ego that fills the room, leaving little space for anyone else. Compare that to authentic confidence. This isn't about being the loudest person in the room. Often, it's the opposite. It's rooted in genuine self-worth and self-awareness. A truly confident person knows their strengths, but critically, they also know and accept their weaknesses. They don't need to broadcast their successes because their validation comes from within, from their competence, their experiences, their integrity. They can listen more than they talk because they aren't desperate to prove themselves. They can handle disagreements respectfully because their ego isn't threatened by a different viewpoint. They can admit when they're wrong. They can even show vulnerability appropriately because they know it's a sign of strength, not weakness. It's a quiet, steady power, not a noisy performance. The absolute crucial difference boils down to this: internal versus external validation. Cockiness needs external validation. It feeds on compliments, agreement, admiration, and sometimes even fear or intimidation from others. Take away the audience, and the performance collapses because there's nothing solid underneath. Authentic confidence, however, is built on an internal foundation. It comes from mastering skills, overcoming challenges, living according to your values, understanding yourself. It doesn't need constant praise to survive because the sense of worth is already there. It's resilient. So why is cockiness such a massive attraction killer, even if it might seem initially bold or attention-grabbing? 1. It reeks of insecurity. It's usually massive overcompensation for feeling inadequate underneath. People can often sense this hollowness. 2. It's self-absorbed. Cocky people make everything about them. They don't listen. They don't show genuine interest in others. This makes building a real connection impossible. 3. It's often disrespectful. Putting others down, dismissing opinions, ignoring boundaries. These are common tactics used to maintain the fragile ego, and they are deeply disrespectful. 4. It's exhausting. Being around someone constantly performing, boasting, and needing validation is draining. Nobody wants a long-term relationship with an energy vampire or a walking, talking self-advertisement. Okay, enough about the problem. How do you build the real thing? That authentic, attractive confidence that doesn't require being an arrogant jerk. Forget faking it till you make it. That often just leads to faking cockiness. Instead, focus on building genuine self-worth from the ground up. Here are some actionable strategies. Tip 1. Master something, anything. Competence breeds confidence. Get genuinely good at a skill. It could be related to your job, a sport, a musical instrument, coding, cooking, fixing things, whatever interests you. The act of learning, practicing, and achieving mastery in any area builds a real, earned sense of capability that spills over into other parts of your life. Tip 2. Expand your comfort zone, take small steps. Confidence grows when you prove to yourself you can handle things. Intentionally do things that make you slightly uncomfortable. Strike up a brief conversation with a stranger. Try a new hobby you might be bad at initially. Take on a challenging project at work. Each time you navigate discomfort and survive, your brain learns, hey, I can handle this, building resilience and self-trust. Tip 3. Practice self-acceptance and cut the self-criticism. Confident people aren't perfect, they just don't constantly beat themselves up for it. Acknowledge your flaws, your mistakes, your awkward moments without spiraling into harsh self-judgment. Treat yourself with the same compassion you'd offer a friend who messed up. Confidence includes accepting your imperfections. Tip 4. Shift your focus outward. Insecure people are often hyper-focused on themselves, how they look, what others think. Confident people can shift their focus outward. Practice active listening when talking to someone. Be genuinely curious about them. Ask thoughtful questions. When you stop obsessing about your own performance, you naturally appear more relaxed and confident. Tip 5. Set and achieve small, realistic goals. Confidence isn't built overnight, it's built through accomplishment. Set small, achievable goals for yourself, related to fitness, learning, work, anything. Track your progress. Each small win provides a dopamine hit and reinforces your belief in your ability to get things done. Momentum builds confidence. Tip 6. Own your body language. How you carry yourself reflects and affects how you feel. Stand tall but relaxed, shoulders back. Make comfortable, consistent eye contact, not a creepy stare. Use open gestures. Avoid shrinking yourself down or constantly fidgeting. This doesn't create confidence magically, but it creates a feedback loop. Acting confident can help you feel more confident. Tip 7. Ditch the comparison game. Constantly comparing yourself to others, their looks, success, relationships, is a recipe for misery and insecurity. Focus on your journey, your progress, your values. Run your own race. Authentic confidence is about your relationship with yourself, not how you stack up against someone else's curated Instagram feed. Tip 8. Embrace being a work in progress. Nobody has all the answers. Confident people aren't afraid to say, "I don't know," or "I was wrong." They see learning as a strength. Be open to feedback. Even if it stings initially, view challenges as learning opportunities, and understand that growth is a lifelong process. Ultimately, building authentic confidence ties directly back to being genuine. It's about shedding the need for external validation and performative masks. It's about building a solid internal foundation based on competence, self-awareness, and self-acceptance. When you operate from that place, you don't need to be cocky. You can be direct, kind, curious, and comfortable just being you, flaws and all. And that is far more magnetic and likely to win hearts than any loud display of ego ever could. So ditch the peacock feathers and the desperate need for applause. Real confidence isn't shouted from the rooftops. It's quietly demonstrated through competence, self-respect, and how you treat others. Build it from the inside out. That's the kind of quiet power that truly resonates and wins hearts the right way. No bragging required.